Welcome back. I'm Lenore Moudou. April 7th is World Health Day. The goal this year is to beat diabetes. In its first ever global report on diabetes, the World Health Organization reveals that the number of adults with diabetes has quadrupled since 1980. The WHO says globally an estimated 422 million adults were living with diabetes in 2014 compared to 108 million in 1980. Over the past decade, diabetes prevalence has risen faster in low and middle income countries than in high income countries. Diabetes caused 1.5 million deaths in 2012, and diabetes is a serious chronic disease that occurs either when the pancreas does not produce enough insulin, a hormone that regulates blood sugar, or when the body cannot effectively use the insulin it produces. Now, experts say diet and exercise can help prevent some cases of diabetes, and we will discuss this with our guest, Ron McDonald Jr. Mr. McDonald is a certified fitness and nutrition coach and owner of Mind and Muscle Fitness in Greenbelt, Maryland. Ron, welcome to Africa 54.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So some types of diabetes can be prevented with diet and exercise. Tell us about that. What type of diet are we looking at?
So you're talking about type 2 diabetes, what they consider a lifestyle disease, right? So it has to do with managing your blood sugar, as you mentioned, right? So we have to watch the type of carbohydrates we eat. We have to watch the type of the sweets that we eat, those kind of things, and regulate our blood sugar so we're not putting our body under so much necessity for insulin release, basically.
So when we talk about carbohydrates and everything, what should we try to avoid, like on a regular basis, or eat less of it?
Well, we need to watch out for the simple carbs, right? So there's complex carbs and there's simple carbs. So complex carbs, the way I like to term it, is the carbs you have to chew, like broccoli, spinach, kale, all the vegetables and produce that you have, because it requires mechanical energy to break it down.
Yes.
Sweets, ice cream, sugar, cookies, doesn't require anything. As soon as you put it in your mouth, it melts right away, right? And so those are the simple carbs, or even juices and sugary juices and high sugary soft drinks and stuff like that we need to watch out for.
Now let's talk exercise. This is a challenge for many people.
Yes.
And what can we do on a daily basis? It doesn't have to be very dramatic. You know, someone like me doesn't look for anything too complex. What can we do? Show us some basic steps.
Well, first and foremost, people just need to move more, right? Find more ways to move, right? So obviously using the natural environment, walking more. Walking is a wonderful exercise. You can control the speed, you can control the tempo or the intervals and the distance and your pace. So walking is a great place to start.
Okay.
Right? Outside of that, we just want to work on basic movement. So we sit a lot, so we want to work on squats, right? So we want to be able to get our feet hip width apart, making sure our knees and toes are tracking, and just sitting in a chair, keeping my chest up and lower as down as far as you can.
Okay, and here I have Sanusi and Adele who are helping us.
Right. So let me watch it. Yeah, so just down and up.
Okay.
Yep. Make sure you keep your heels down.
Is there a wrong way to do a squat? I mean,
absolutely. So that's why I said making sure your knees and toes are tracking, those kind of things, keeping your chest up. I should be able to read your shirt when you come up, right? So because it's more about your hips and your glutes, and we need to use those muscles because we do a lot of sitting and we're not using those muscles as much as we used to, right? And then you can get creative. So now add those squats. I want you to add a knee lift. So by lifting your leg up, right? So by doing that, lifting that leg, now you're incorporating your abs. You're getting some balance because now I'm on one leg. Right, so now you're getting more of that, and you're picking up the pace. So it's going to pick up the intensity a little bit.
And this works the lower part of the body.
Does work the lower body and the abs as well.
And the abs as well. And we can make this fun. We can have music and just make it really fun.
Absolutely.
So you do your squat. What else do you do?
Good. So even with those things, so we can go lateral. So you just turn sideways to me. So we want movement takes place in multiple planes, right? So we can go forward, we can go sideways, and we can rotate. So now we want to work on sideways. So feet together. Right? So just act like you're stepping out and reaching for your shoe, and then come back to the middle, right? So we're just going to work this one side. Yep. Just go. Yep. Balance. So so you're going to work on balance there as well, right? So this is working our hips.
This is great.
Right? This is working on our lower body the same as before, right? And if you pick up the tempo and do it in various ways, you can get some heart rate in there. You get a little cardio. So it's one of very good exercises. So you're working on movements that you're required to do in life. Just keeping it very simple. Simple things.
Simple things, exactly, and that's the idea.
Right. And
we
you
can
just
do
build
it
from
at
there.
home. We don't need, to have a special equipment.
No.
Let's see, what else can we do? Let's see if we look at the upper body, for example.
Right.
What can we do?
So for everybody, usually you're going to need some type of equipment, dumbbells, those kind of things, but you can do things on the floor as well.
Yes, let's try that.
So let's go, get down. I want to get you into a plank position, right? So we're gonna get here. Let me make sure, so plank. So we'll make sure your wrists and your shoulders are in alignment, right? So get your wrists and shoulders in alignment here. No, not yet. So move this hand inside. There we go. So we're in a plank position. So first we're working on our abs here, right? So our hips are tight. This is one of the best exercises for your core. So not a whole lot of crunches, just holding this position. Gravity's pulling down, so I'm working on my abs.
Okay.
So from here, I would say now take each opposite hand, tap your shoulder, and alternate, do a shoulder tap. And while you're doing that, try to control your body. So you don't want limited movement. So by doing that, now I'm working my triceps, I'm working my shoulder, and I'm giving my body a little bit more challenge.
Okay.
Right? Because most people can't do push-ups, until you get more fit or stronger. So you can start here. This is a good place to start.
How are you feeling?
Yeah.
This looks like it takes a lot in terms of balance,
you're going from 4 points of contact to 3.
Yes.
So now you're trying to balance on 3. So balance is involved, your abs are involved, all that. And it'll actually get your heart rate up.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So very simple.
This is great.
Yeah. And I usually recommend people do this during a commercial break, right?
Yes.
The show's on, right in the commercial break.
While you're watching TV.
While you're watching TV.
You do
Keep
that
it very
quickly,
simple.
2 minutes.
All right, you guys relax. You guys are going for it.
Okay, you're doing great. I guess you can.
You can stop now.
Yes.
Good job, good job.
Good job. Okay, let's see. Show me something I can do. I'm wearing heels, but I can do it. Something simple that I can do.
Right, so I like to do balance. So getting single leg. So we spend a lot more time on one leg than we actually realize.
Yes.
So find your center first.
Okay.
And then act like you're bending at the hip and reach right about here and then stand up. Try to keep that one leg off the ground the whole time.
All right.
Right.
This is fun, actually.
Right. If you have to, you can touch the floor. If not, come back up. Yeah. So this is where you're working on your hamstrings.
Okay.
And we need balance, right? As we get older, slip and falls happen more often. So stand back up, right? So down and then stand up and try to keep that leg off the ground.
Okay.
It's very simple. It's like, regular PE that we used to have when we were kids.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
Now, there's one thing that I hear often about before doing exercise, you have to stretch.
You have to warm up, right? So not static stretching, but a dynamic warm up. So the moves that we would do would emulate the moves that we're getting ready to do for exercise. So part of our warm up would be squats, right?
Okay, so
we could be standing here and just lift our legs, right? So we want to do active. At the end of a workout, we would actually probably hold the stretch. Right? But in the beginning, you want to do a dynamic warm-up.
Okay.
Right.
So if you were to sum up in terms of preventing diabetes, but just in general, keeping a healthy lifestyle, what would you say we need to do?
Try to move more. Definitely incorporate more movement, even around the house, doing your chores, or being more intentional, like actually going out and taking a walk, those kind of things. And if you need to, seek out a healthcare professional, but you can do a lot on your own as well in the beginning, just by finding simple movements just like this. Squats, planks, those kind of things, balance movements, all those will help you build a foundation so that if you do seek out professional help, you'll be ready for that.
Okay.
And then outside of that, nutrition. First thing you can do is drink water. Make water your normal drink of choice. At least 80% of the time, make water your #1 drink of choice. The other 20, you can have fun and enjoy different things.
Once in a while.
It's life. You're supposed to enjoy yourself. But
I like this quote.
If it's the other way around, then that's the problem. A lot of juices and a lot of liquids will have a lot of sugar in them, and most people are not considering those calories that we're drinking calories rather than the food we eat. Right?
Okay.
And then just watch the starches, watch your carbs, the breads, the pastas, the rice. They need to be done in more moderation.
Okay,
we need more produce.
Thank you so much, Ron.
Absolutely.
It was great to have you. And that was Ron McDonald Jr. He is a certified fitness and nutrition coach and owner of Mind and Muscle Fitness here in Greenbelt, Maryland, outside Washington, D.C. And that's our health report for today. Make sure you do your squat. And for more health tips and news, find me on Twitter at Lenore Moudou. Vincent, come here for the squat. Hey,
come on.
You have to do it. You can do it. You can do it. Let's all do it together, right? Yes.
Well, thanks a lot, Lenore, and be sure to watch for Lenore Moudou's health reports every Thursday and Tuesday right here in Africa 54. That's cool, eh?
Yes.
Well, that's our show. Have a good night.
In a suit. He did it in a suit. How impressive is that?
Yeah,
oh, look at that. Look at that. I can do it. I can do it.